What's up YouTube? ODST Journal back again. Today I've got Fishing Planet. Now, I don't know how good I'm going to be at this. I haven't gone fishing in about a decade. I did play a good bit last night though, and I caught myself some fish, so we'll see how things go today. Getting into the game was fairly easy. There's a lot of tutorials that help you get started, but there's also a lot of things that they don't really show you too well. And they're kind of important things, like for instance, the capability to hold so many fish. Now, if you guys look right under the temperature and the weather and stuff at the top of the screen, there is a fish jail stringer short. That is what holds my fish after I catch them. Let's go ahead. We're gonna change our pitch. That's another thing they don't show you how to do, is change your pitch so that you can cast out really far. This isn't necessarily needed for what I'm trying to catch. I'm trying to catch some catfish right now, but yeah. I mean, and one of the things you want to consider is which fish you keep and which ones you release, because with only a limited number of fish that you have, the bigger they are, the more points you get. You get more money and you get more experience to level up and unlock, new gear and lakes, stuff like that. Time of day and stuff like that matters too. They kind of touch on that a little bit, but it can be a bit unclear. Because this is a fishing simulator, somebody who's not like me and actually has some, fishing experience would probably be able to do a lot better than I can, since it's been so long. And yeah, I mean, oh, is that from me yanking it? That might have been from me. We're gonna go ahead and just put a little bit more slack here. I don't think anything's biting. I think that was something goofy going on with the fact that I increased how fast it reels in. Doesn't need to be perfect either. Get a little bit of extra slack so that when I'm yanking around on the reel, it's not pulling the bobber around and stuff. As the river flows, it'll pull the bobber with it here. So, hopefully we can find some catfish. We're about I'm not sure what this is, inches or centimeters. I don't know. But the leader's at about 90, so it's pretty close to the maximum you can get to the bottom. Not quite. We'll see what happens though. I've got pet food on, so we won't be worrying about bluegills trying to bite onto it, I don't think. Maybe if we're having a hard time catching, I'll probably just do a lot of editing on this, and whenever I get something, we'll just post that up. But if it comes down to it, we'll switch out bait and we'll just catch some bluegills or something, just so we got something going on here. And I mean, that's the downside to this game, is it can be fun, but it's also really slow paced. So it's a good game for just kind of hanging back and relaxing. And yeah. And now we wait. Or do we? I don't know. Hey, we'll just... Oh, too far down. Gonna reel it in a bit here. Alright. Now, I don't know what the greatest time of day to catch catfish is. I know they like to hang out inside holes and stuff, and suggested it be in darker areas, so I don't know if I would be better off waiting for it to be overcast, or if I should just kind of keep trying here down deep in the water in the middle of the day, and that'll work too. Alright. So far though, not a whole lot's going on. I mean, as you guys can see, basically waiting. And waiting. And waiting. But hey, you know what, that's kind of the point. It's just, a nice relaxing thing. You just kind of hang out for it. Oh. Dang it, there was a fish. So that was probably catfish too. That's the worst part. We'll try to cast it back in the same area. I don't know if the fish hangs out in the same area, so if I cast it back out there, if the fish will sit tight. Um, Sometimes I can't really tell on my screen, and I don't know if it's just my graphic settings or if it's just glare or what, but you can sometimes see the fish closer to where you are when they're underwater. Not what I wanted to do, but okay. There, I must have I might be clicking and just not realizing it. Like subconsciously, I have my hand down and just so intense on like watching the bobber that I'm not even paying attention to the fact that I'm clicking the mouse. Um, so hopefully if I set this up right, you guys will be watching this in not only 1080p like usual, but you'll also be watching it in 60 FPS. Got something on here. Okay, come on, come on, come on. Let's hopefully this is a catfish. Normally catfish. Oh, oh. Hey, there we go, full-size catfish. I was gonna say normally they bob underwater, but this one didn't. That was a good catch. And I can't keep him for some reason. I don't know why. I don't have any restrictions. I just won't let me keep him. Hmm. Well, if you guys know why, or maybe I'll just ask in chat later here. You could tell me why it's not letting me keep this catfish. I don't know if it's just too big. It's only 3.325 pounds, and I've got 8 pounds available here to keep this fish. I don't have any restrictions, so that's kind of unusual. Okay, well let's go ahead and release him, I guess, since it's not giving me any other option at this point. I'm not gonna go sit around and chat because I won't be able to do anything with him out like this. Let's actually go into the shop and we can check that out. Nope, don't want to do that. So you go in and you've got your back to home button. So basically you have a choice of several fishing locations throughout the United States, which you unlock as you level up. Right now we only have Missouri available to us, and we're on the Mudwater River here. And there's two fishing locations on this river. You got your upstream location, your downstream. It's got a less than short description of each of the locations, and different things. Going through, you have different times of day and different weather each day. So right now we're on day 1. It's a little bit warmer, and it shows you when the fish are most likely to be out. So right now it's saying around 7 to 8 a.m. and around 3 p.m. is when we'll find the most fish. Then we go over here, and because this is cloudy and overcast this day, it suggests that we come out around 1 or 2. As far as I can see, though, the timing for these is all the same, so I don't know if that's just like a rough estimate or if there's only just 2 kinds of days and they don't vary at all. If you guys look, the weather's the same, everything's the same on each of these kind of days, so I don't know what the difference is. I'm guessing that's just there's only 2 kinds of days in for this map. When you go out, you pay for the trip out, and then you're also paying for each day you stay there. So if you go out for 1 day and then you go back, you gotta pay for each time you go back out. So especially for like the longer ones, I'm assuming it's gonna cost more to drive out to say New York or Oregon, where you're going to the farther fishing trips, and you might as well stay for more days, basically. So that's the map. Back to home. We've got our tackle box and our rest of our inventory. So this stuff is the stuff we have equipped on us right now. We've got our little fanny pack thing going on here since we don't have a tackle box yet. We got a case for our fishing reels, or yeah. But or the rods, there we go, that's what I was trying to think of. There's two different settings. Now, I don't know if you can have these both equipped on you when you're out or what. I've got this denim jacket. I don't really know what the purpose of it is. I don't know if there is a purpose or not. It says it keeps you warm. I'm not sure if there's like different environments that would affect fishing. I can't imagine so. I don't know if it has any storage space or anything that it adds. I haven't noticed anything like that. Um, you know, bobbers, all that stuff, and then you've got your tackle box here, which is the stuff on the side, and that's the extra stuff you have that's not equipped to you. Any extra, you know, rods, reels, anything like that's going to be kept in here. Got our different lures and baits. We just have the bread, cheese, and pet food right now. This box, I'm not really sure, and then this is, I guess, stuff that's stored in your home. And then this is our licenses. Right now we only got the basic Missouri license. You can purchase more licenses. If we go to our shop here, we can go to Missouri, and we've got the option for a basic license, which is unlimited, so I don't know why we even give us the option, because I'm pretty sure that's just automatically included from the get-go. And then you've got your advanced license. So I'm wondering if maybe if that big catfish was under the advanced license. I wish I would tell you which ones. Yeah. So basically it was because it said there was no restrictions, but I think I didn't have the proper license for it. Which I wish I had known, because I would have just bought the 1-day license. But we're not going to worry about that. If I catch it again, I'll see if I can purchase the license at that point and see if that helps. But you got all these different things here, and this is only part of it. When you're out in, oh, hey, was there lures before? I just skipped over those. Anyways, depending on where you're at, you'll have different options, it seems. So if you're back at your original home, you have as many options as you want. I think everything's just automatically unlocked, or at least the majority is. And then, you know, when you're out in the different areas, there's different things. So like right now, I've only got the one fish net, but there's others that you can get. So let's go ahead, head back in. We're gonna hit escape. We're gonna cast out once again here to the deep dark blue. See what happens. Now, if that's already getting dragged. There we go. Now, if your bobber's laying sideways, that means that you're hitting the bottom of the water. You're hitting the bottom of the lake or river, or whatever you're on, and you need to change the leading on it. And that's actually discussed briefly in the tutorial, but if you guys are wondering, you know, why is my bobber going all crazy, that's probably why. I suspect that my bobber is pretty close to bottom of this river at some parts. I don't know how much it really varies. Like I said, you can't really see in a whole lot, so it's hard to say for sure. Alright, so maybe what we'll do is cut to the next fish here. Well, I don't know. I've also got some other games. I do want to know what you guys think of this video here. I know it's a little bit slower paced than some of my other stuff. I know you guys want to see more Emergency 4 stuff, especially the US Army mod. But I do want to spread out through some other videos. I just kind of mix it up some. So I was kind of wondering, you know, if I were to do, like, say, US Army mod and maybe LCPDFR once a week, and I did a third video that was just something random, maybe another Emergency 4 video that wasn't the Army mod or something else, what would you guys want to see? Do you guys like this video? Is there any other videos you guys would want to see? Also, let me know what the sound quality is like. This is actually the same model of mic as my other one. The settings should be the same, but my other one got broken, so I had to go out and buy some new ones. So let me know how the sound quality is, too. I'll go back and listen through it, but obviously you guys are going to be listening to it a little bit differently than I will. A little less intently, I think. Alright. Come on, catfish. Anything. Oh. Yeah, okay, so I'm not holding this right now. There we go, it just kind of stops. That's, I don't know if that's intentional or if that's a bug. Oh. Kind of bobbing. I don't know if that's just it trying to rest after I've reeled it in. See, now that's one of the things that makes it kind of hard to tell is because if a fish is nibbling at it, it'll bob a little bit, not a whole lot, just a little bit as the fish kind of nibbles at the bait, and then it'll decide it wants to eat the whole thing and just try to take your bobber down with it. But when you move your line like left and right, like this, it can affect it. I'm not moving it too much right now. I'm just moving the line, not affecting the bobber. But if I went farther over, I could, actually start moving the bobber. It doesn't take a whole lot to move it. I don't even know if it's beneficial to move it either. I'm kind of curious about that. Alright, come on, catfish. Any catfish are welcome. Any at all. Go ahead and we will pull a little bit closer to us. I also don't know if if when you move it, it scares off any fish in the area too, or if it would attract them. I'm sure that probably varies from fish to fish. Because obviously there's some fish who are going to want to go after something live and moving, some others won't. Some prefer, something stationary. We could get closer to shoreline or just our view. Like I said, you can see underwater in some areas, especially when it's closer to you or clear lakes. This one's not really clear, so it's kind of harder to tell. But you can see the fish swimming around under by the bait. River gently moves along the bobber. Gently moving along. It looks like it's coming back to me. Like I want to return home. These fish keep trying to eat me. Alright, do something here, fish. Maybe we'll change the time of day. Okay, yeah, let's go ahead. We'll change up the time of day. Let me see what the weather report looked like here again, because I forget. Okay, so it's saying around 7 to 8, so we'll go around 8 o'clock. See how things go for us. So I'm not sure if when it said no restrictions, I'm wondering if it's when it's saying no restrictions, if it means no restrictions on the license I have, or if it's no restrictions in general. Take a quick drink of water here. Well, that muddy river water is making me thirsty, I guess. Alright. Number's moving sideways, but I feel like that's the river. Only along, fine with the line. I mean, if you guys look and see what I'm saying, this is, it's definitely a waiting game here, because we're at, what, 20 minutes, I've caught one fish, and I had to release it because I couldn't keep it for some reason. Somebody just caught a largemouth bass. Alright, so I don't know, I kind of want to recast it, but at the same time, this is, it's just one of those things where you gotta be patient, and your patience will pay off. Wondering if there's like a shadier area I could potentially put it to. I don't know where catfish really like to hang out. Obviously, like I said, they're near the bottom of the river or deep holes or something like that. I don't know if they'd hang out near any reeds or roots or anything like that, or if they just prefer to be in open water. I think I might have just moved it away from a fish. Starting to move some, I'm not sure. Once again, I'm not sure if that's a fish or if that's the river moving it out. We'll cut a little bit of slack, see what happens. Looks like there might possibly be something over there where I cast it out to. I might be getting kind of caught on something out there. I don't know why it's moving like that at that angle. I don't think anything's trying to get it. The way it's bobbing, it doesn't feel like anything is nibbling at it. You can kind of tell, and it just doesn't seem quite right. I almost think it might be hooked on something over there. Alright, let's try this, see how that goes. A little bit of slack. And yeah, it seems to have straightened it out, so it's probably just caught on something over that way. Still not really moving though, so I don't know. Maybe what we'll do is we'll swing down to the other side here if we're still not catching any catfish, and we'll move down, down the river and see if maybe there's anything down that way. It's usually a little bit darker over here though, so I'd imagine that if they like to, down in holes in at the bottom of the river, they'd probably like it in this section here, since there's more trees and foliage that cover up the river and block a lot of the sun out. But what do I know? Like I said, I'm not a fisherman. Nintendo could make a game out of this, you just catch Pokemon. That seems to be a crazy thing nowadays. Everybody's like, oh yeah, that Pokemon Go is insane, and it's gonna be a really sad thing to see. Like, nobody's gonna actually get it because nobody wants to go around in public. Even that once they realize it's not gonna be like huge crowds of people. Go ahead and reel in. I think we'll go down and take a look at the other part of the river here. I just want to check one thing, because if you go in here, you can go through the tutorials again. Oh, there it is. The catfish, last time I tried looking at it after getting to level 3, it wouldn't let me go. It suggests 80 inches, but I don't have a hook number 4 either. I got hooked 6, 8, and 10, I think, or something like that. So let me double check that real quick here. We're gonna go over here and go to our hooks. Yeah, so it's 6, 8, and 10 that I have. I don't have a number 4 hook. I don't think I can buy one either. I wonder if lures would be any good to me for anything. Oh, I can buy a number 4 hook. Okay, that works actually. It's pretty helpful. I already forgot where to put it. Okay, so we're gonna put the number 4 hook on there. We're gonna stick with the pet food, and we'll move down the river. See if we have any more luck. It also suggests we switch to 10 o'clock, so maybe we'll do that once we get out and we'll cast a little bit closer to land. This is one we need to go to, I believe. I wish I could fish more in that tutorial area, though. I kind of like that over there. I'm fishing for 20 years and this game is boring to me. Yeah, this is a lot shallower, so that won't really work. Oh. Can cast that over here. That's still too deep. Or it's not deep enough, I mean. The water here is a lot shallower, so maybe that was a mistake. I haven't tried catching catfish out this way yet, so I don't really know what to expect. Time hasn't changed at all, so we're gonna go ahead 2 hours. We're gonna skip ahead to 10. We're just gonna kind of, just get as close to shore as possible. Look at that. What's going on there with the line? It's like bent in midair. I would cast right into something and get snagged on it. Come on, that's my new hooks. I just bought those. I don't know if I can get in red on the reel. I don't know if that's something I can break or not. I haven't been able to unsnag yet. It says, going like this, you can, potentially unsnag it, but I think I'm just gonna have to cut it. Yeah, there we go. Let's turn that into a screenshot. Okay, yeah, let's cut the line. Alright, finally got another catfish. Bugger ate my... Darn you. Okay, it's a young one. It's pretty small, but... I finally got another one that took forever, guys. I'm sorry about that. I mean, it won't be so bad for you guys because I'll have cut two, but... Oh, if I wasn't going to cut down the video, that would have been about 45 minutes of gameplay that we're at right now. So I'm not sure what the end of the video will be like. But I think we'll cut through. I'll probably keep playing this for a little while personally, but I think we'll call the end of the video there. You guys got to see what it was like when I keep a fish. I mean, that just kind of gives you an idea. I mean, it's a very slow and dedicated game. Let's put it that way. And there's a lot of waiting, but it's like real fishing in that sense. It's not perfect. There's a couple guys who do more fishing than I do, kind of griping about it right now, but they're generally enjoying themselves, it seems like. Now, if you guys are into fishing, or even if you just have always been kind of interested, but you don't really want to, I guess, do harm to the animals or something like that, this is a good game to check out. Like I said, it's just fun. It's something cool to do where, say maybe you're watching some TV shows or something and playing games. It's a good way of doing that too. It's just nice, calm, quiet game, not really competitive, and you get in there and you just do your thing, and nobody's gonna really bother you. You don't really have to worry too much unless you're trying to reel in a fish, and even then, it's not rocket science. At any rate, guys, like I said earlier in the video, make sure to like, subscribe, share this video with your friends. Give me feedback, especially on when I do these new videos for new games and stuff. I kind of got an idea of what you guys like with Emergency and the U.S. Army mod. I mean, I can see where you guys like that. And, obviously we've been doing that for a while. You guys comment on it. But when I do a new video like this, any feedback you guys can give is always appreciated. If you don't want to see any more of this, just say so. If you're loving it, or maybe just don't want to see it quite so much as some of the other videos, let me know. And, like always, have a good one, guys.